Merhabalar herkese. Hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Kanada'nın en iyi transfer programına sahip Langara College ile Solmaz bizlere sunumunu yapacak. Lütfen sorularınızı soru cevap bölümünden yönlendiriniz. Yes, Solmaz, the stage is yours now. You are muted, Solmaz. We cannot hear you.
Hello and welcome. Thank you so much. Good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Solmaz Marabani. I'm one of the International Marketing and Recruitment Assistants, and I'm joining you from Vancouver, British Columbia. It is 7 a.m. Here, but I'm happy to be here with you today and look forward to sharing some good information with you and hopefully answering some of your questions. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Can you share the presentation, Solmaz?
For sure, for sure. Okay, can you please let me know if you can see the presentation?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, wonderful. Then there we go. Do you see the full presentation or do you also see me as well? Okay, there we go. Okay, everyone. So I guess without further ado, I will go ahead and start this presentation. Thank you so much again and welcome for joining me here today. And I'm happy to be here from Langara College, and we'll be providing a presentation for you and sharing some information about Canada, about studying in Canada, why choosing Langara College, and hopefully answer some of the questions you might have. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this presentation for you. I cannot see my slides changing.
Yes, it's not changing. Maybe you can stop sharing and start again.
Start again. Okay, one moment, please. Okay, one more time.
Right, we can see the presentation.
Yes, but I am changing the slides and it is not working.
Can you use the arrow keys?
The arrow key, yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah, it is changing it for me, but not for the main screen, unfortunately. Yeah, one moment, please. Apologies, everyone. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's try again.
Are you sharing the whole screen, Solmaz? Maybe you can try to share your whole screen.
The whole screen, you mean the one that I'm working from?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, can you see the other screen?
Yes, we can see the presentation now. Can you go
okay,
full
wonderful.
screen?
Okay, and can you see the slides change?
Can you go presentation mode?
I am clicking on it, but it is not going to presentation mode. Okay, one moment again. So.
Az önce tüm slaytları görebiliyorduk aslında. Yalnızca full screen değildi.
Aynen. O şekilde devam edelim olmadı.
One moment. Sharing the screen. I'm going to try sharing the second screen again and see hopefully if this will work. Okay.
We can see the presentation, but it's not changing.
Okay, I think it is working now.
Yes, now
Perfect.
it's working.
Thank you so much, everybody. My apologies again for the little technical issue. So I will go ahead and begin, if that's okay. The first slide that I will show you is basically a geographic map of Canada and also British Columbia. As you can see on the left, we have all of Canada. It is a pretty big country, and we do have different provinces. British Columbia is located on the western part of Canada, as you can see. Also, the picture on the right side is British Columbia itself, and Vancouver is just a tiny little spot there, where I will also show you in the next slide. So this shows you a little bit better about Vancouver, and you can see some of the neighboring cities that we have, such as Richmond, Surrey, Coquitlam, Maple Ridge, Burnaby. These are the name of some of the cities that you are most likely going to hear and maybe travel to when you come to Vancouver. And yeah, you might be part of different activities here and hopefully visit these cities. They're very close by. So why is Vancouver the most livable city in the world? First and foremost, Vancouver is a modern metropolis with beautiful scenery. We are surrounded by nature all around us, from the Pacific Ocean to mountains, and very, very beautiful scenery all around you. There's many activities that you can take part in, whether it is biking, rafting, sailing, camping, going on picnics, mountain climbing. There's always something to do and always something beautiful to see all around. Another reason Vancouver is one of the most livable cities is because of its mild weather, mild temperatures. So compared to the other provinces, other eastern or maybe central provinces, Vancouver has a more mild weather. So this means that our summers don't get too hot and the winters don't get too cold. Recently, in the few past years, temperatures have dropped down a little bit more. We've had a little bit of a colder winter, a little bit of a hotter summers. But again, it's never as hot and humid as our eastern provinces and never as cold. We never have like -20 or -30 weather. So it is pretty pleasant. We do get a lot of rain. But then again, all the beautiful nature and scenery around you is dependent on that rain. And yeah, the weather is much better here in the west part. So another reason Vancouver is the most livable city is because of its well-connected public transit system. As you can see in the slide, our city is well-connected. We have our buses that roam around the city. We also have a sea bus, which connects the downtown Vancouver to the North Shore. And we also have our Sky Train, which travels all around the city. If you become a Langara student, you can have a Langara student card, a student ID. And with that, you can get the U-Pass, which will allow you to benefit from this transit, the public transit system. And it's very easy to travel around the city. So I will tell you a little bit about the education system in US versus British Columbia. So if a student study in United States, they can finish elementary school and high school, which will be 12 years of education. They have two options. They can either go to a college and take a career program, which can be either 1, 2, or 3 years, or they can go to a university directly and apply to an academic program, and again, study for like 1, 2, 3, or 4 years and get a bachelor's degree. The difference with that and Canada, or with BC, I would say, is that we have a university transfer system, and I will tell you how this works. So in BC, in British Columbia, Canada, when students graduate from high school and they have 12 years of education, they have the option of going to a college and taking a career program. This can be a 1-year certificate or a 2-year diploma program. Students can also get into a university transfer program. University transfer is basically a 2-year program that when students get into that program, all of the courses that they will take are guaranteed to be transferred to a university. And the student will do 2 years at Langara College and move to the 3rd year at a university and finish year 3 and 4 at that university to get a bachelor's degree. So this is how this transfer system works. And we have a whole bunch of local schools around us that do accept transfer credits from Langara College, and also some other universities that are in other provinces, such as Ontario or Quebec, that also do accept our programs and our transfer programs. So this slide also shows you the example of course credit transfer. As you can see, there's 3 columns. The first column is showing you an economic course taken at Langara College. It's Econ 1220, and it has 3 credits, 3 course credits. The next column shows you all those schools that this course transfers to. So for example, Capilano University, Douglas College, Kwantlen College, Simon Fraser University, these are all on the list, and they're all our local colleges and universities. And the 3rd column shows you that this course transfers into the other course, or which course it transfers into for that school, the designated school. So there's always this information available for you if you wanted to know whether any of your courses are transferable, and to check to see to which school those courses will be transferred to. Another good thing is the BC Transfer Guide. This is available for students online. And if you're taking classes at Langara College, you can easily go to this website. You can type your course name, course number, and the year that you finished the course, and do a quick search. And this page will basically tell you what your course transfers to, which schools your course transfers to, and to how many credits. It will also show you a date that this is effective from. So if you see that it's a date that is currently effective, then you know for sure that the course you have taken is transferable. So this is a well-known, robust transfer system that we have in BC, and many students are benefiting from this. The good thing about it is if you do decide to get into a university transfer program, you can always benefit from our own counseling department. They can provide you with university planning, with course planning, career planning, and sit down with you to see what courses you need to take at Langara College so that you can transfer to a different university and to a certain program. And there's information also available on our website, and you can definitely receive additional support for this as well. So this slide is showing you transfer to major universities in British Columbia and across Canada. As I mentioned, we are located on the western part. So as you can see on the map, UBC, University of British Columbia, University of Victoria, Simon Fraser University. These are really big and well-known universities in British Columbia. Also University of Alberta and University of Saskatchewan. Also some other schools in the eastern part of Canada, such as McGill, University of Toronto, Queen's. All of these universities accept transfer credits from Langara College, given that you enroll in our university transfer program. Again, you can do 2 years with us and transfer your credits to any of these universities to complete another 2 years and obtain a bachelor's degree. So some of the advantages of studying in Canada over the US. Canada will offer you multicultural, multinational, harmonious, and safe social environment, a smooth pathway to universities, high quality and reputable public post-secondary education, lower tuition fees, and worldwide recognized credentials, and of course, benefits of working in Canada while studying and after graduating. So as an international student, while you're studying, you can work. After you finish your studies, you can also apply for postgraduate work permit and apply to stay in Canada and work for more years to come. This slide is basically providing a comparison to you for different countries. Canada is included. It shows you annual fees and also cost of living and annual total fees. And as you can see, Canada is among the lowest by comparison when it comes to total fees, total annual fees that you need to pay for the cost of living and in general costs. So more cost effective. We have the study, work, stay pathway. And what this is basically you can study as an international student, and you, once you're finished with your studies, if you maintain your status as a full-time international student, you are eligible to apply for a postgraduate work permit. If you take a program that is 1 year long, you can apply for a postgraduate work permit for 1 year. But if you take a program that is 2, 3, or 4 years long, you can apply for a postgraduate work permit for up to 3 years and stay in Canada and work. And basically after that, there's also other immigration pathways for individuals who wish to apply. There's a Canadian experience class, express entry, and also provincial nominee program that students can benefit from if they are interested in staying and living in Canada. So now I will shift a little bit more towards Langara College to share more about the college itself and more about our programs and application processes with you. So Langara is one of BC's leading post-secondary institutions. We opened in 1970 as part of Vancouver City College, but then established as an independent public college in 1994. And we've been offering quality university level education in Greater Vancouver for more than 50 years. This just shows you our campus map. We have a beautiful campus. It shows you anything from our cafeterias, our counseling department, from clubs and volunteer desks. We have 3 coffee shops, our gymnasium and daycare, library, medical clinic, and tutor support. We also name our buildings alphabetically. As you can see, there's the A building, B building, C and D, and the T building. So hopefully one day you will have a chance of coming and joining us and being part of our campus. So here are just some photos that have been taken in different seasons. As you can see, in the winter or summertime or spring, our campus is always looking beautiful. This is again photos of the new technology building where most of our computer labs, our science labs, our nursing program labs take place. And again, this is another picture of our library. And we have the A building, the A and B building, I believe, in the background on the left side. And another picture for you just from the campus during the winter time. And this is also showing you our library in the background. A photo of one of our lecture halls. As you can see, classes are small. This is one of our psychology courses, and of course, one of our own counseling psychologists who is teaching this course, as you can see. This is again picture of our, I believe this is the computer lab located in the library. As you can see, students are working probably on projects and assignments. A little bit in our technology building, our T building, which has our chemistry labs, physics lab, biology labs. And you can see students here working away on their projects. And then this one is also, again, located in our technology building. I believe this is for the Nursing Practice in Canada program, the post-degree diploma program. And this is where students actually work and they get their training done for our nursing program. So if you're into sports and you like to join sports teams, that is also possible. You have to have a status of a full-time student and be enrolled in full-time studies. And you can also apply to be either in our basketball team. We also have a soccer team, and I do believe we also have a golf team for those students who are interested. You can definitely receive some more information and see how you can be part of these athletic teams. Our college also offers many different clubs. So there is information on our website about this. You can either join one of the clubs that already exists to meet new people. You can also start your own club if you're interested, and you can get people together who share the same interests as you do and basically get involved. And we also do celebrate different events, anything from the Chinese New Year. We had a Lunar New Year celebration just a couple of days ago. We celebrate Nowruz, whether it's Christmas or any other holidays, Diwali. We always make sure that we do have a celebration. As we do have our cultural diversity, and we do live in the multicultural city of Vancouver, and we're always happy to celebrate with everyone when it comes to these events. And just another picture of the celebration of the Chinese New Year, I believe. So this is another slide for you, just showing you pictures of students who have graduated. I believe they are walking to or away from their graduation ceremony. The picture on the left also is just showing you the computer lab. Students are working away either on projects and assignments, or it might be a classroom environment. It just shows you just a bit of the setting and how everything looks like. So I'd like to also talk to you a little bit about why Langara College is the best choice for international students. We do offer seamless transition to public universities to complete a bachelor's degree. As we mentioned to you, the university transfer program that we offer. The tuition fees are considerably lower than other institutions. We do offer our program in 3 semesters per year. You can start in September, January, or May, 3 times a year. And we are also a reputable public DLI institution, which means that if you go on the website of Immigration Canada, Langara College is on the list of the DLI institutions, which means that you can apply to our programs. We are a public post-secondary institution, and our programs are eligible for postgraduate work permits. So this is a profile of BC College transfer students for a 5-year period from 2013-14 to 2017-18. It is just basically showing you that Langara College is on the top with more than 4,000 students, transfer students. So we have a lot of students that come to the college and they enroll in our transfer programs. And from there, they transfer to different colleges or universities. This slide is also showing you that from Langara College, about more than 2,000 students transferred to UBC, more than 1,400 to Simon Fraser University, and 257 to University of Victoria. So way more students transfer from Langara College to UBC, which is one of the top universities in British Columbia and also in Canada. So this slide also shows you an annual tuition fee comparison for a business program. Let's say the program has 10 courses. Every course is 3 credits. So it will have a total of 30 credits. And as you can see, we have provided UBC for you, Simon Fraser University and University of Victoria, and Langara is at the bottom. Our cost per credit is lower than other institutions, and as you can see, the total cost for those 10 courses is also considerably lower for us, which is $19,000 compared to UBC, which is $55,000, SFU $37,000, and UVic $27,000. So our tuition fees are considerably lower. So again, if you do choose to study at Langara College, you can learn from the best instructors and receive good academic support. We do have smaller classes, and we are located in the heart of Vancouver. It's very easy to get around if you come to the campus, if you come to the college. We're kind of centrally located, as you can see from the map. We're 20 minutes from downtown Vancouver, 20 minutes to University of British Columbia, 15 minutes to the airport, and 15 minutes to Metrotown, which is one of the biggest malls here in Vancouver. We do have our own Langara 49th Avenue SkyTrain station, which means that you can never really miss the college. It's named after Langara. And if you get off at the Langara 49th station, the college is probably a 3 to 4 minute walk, and it's very easily accessible for you. So whether you need support with subject tutoring, you need help with writing, with research, or you need help with IT, you need to book a private space to study or to work on your projects, or to improve your study skills, there's always something for you at Langara College. We have support with regards to any of these subjects, and you can definitely get connected and receive help. For international students, we have the International Education Services, our iGuide mentorship program for new international students can help you to kind of receive support from another student who will become your mentor and will help answer any questions you have and will provide guidance for you. We have clubs. You can join a club or start your own, as I mentioned. We have the IEVP volunteer program where you can get connected with volunteer opportunities for cultural events and other activities. We also have our international student coordinators, who are your primary contact to get ready for course registration and your first semester. We also provide you with an orientation. For international students, orientation is held every semester, and you can definitely sign up for that as well. We have a lot of different services for you. So Langara College does not have a dormitory, but we do have a dedicated homestay program. The homestay program will basically match students with Canadian families, and students will be living with these families, will receive a private bedroom and 3 meals a day. The students can have a safe accommodation and living environment. It's a good chance to practice English and also learn about the Canadian culture. And of course, you can receive ongoing support from your host family as well. So this slide will tell you a little bit about some of the major programs that we offer for international students at Langara College. So first and foremost, I will talk to you about learning English language. For students that do not have the IELTS 6.5 or Duolingo 110 or any of those English proficiency skills or requirements that would enable you to move directly into our post-secondary programs, we have our own English pathway program. It is called LEAP, L-E-A-P, for Langara English for Academic Purposes. I will tell you a little bit more about LEAP in the next few slides. The second is basically your pathway to world-class universities through our university transfer program. University transfer programs are divided into 2 categories, which include Associate of Arts and Associate of Science. We also have Diploma in Arts and Diploma in Science programs. You can acquire practical skills if you take any of our career studies programs. These are 1-year certificate programs or 2-year diploma programs. They're not university transfer, but we call them career studies. And students can finish these programs and apply for jobs. We also offer post-degree diploma programs, which are not master's degree. They are higher than a bachelor degree, but lower than a master's degree, but are intended for anyone that has a bachelor degree from their home country. So you can apply for post-degree diploma programs. And also we offer a couple of our own bachelor degree programs, which I will also share a little bit more in the next few slides. So Langara English for Academic Purposes is the LEAP program. LEAP itself is 9 levels from beginner to level 8. And when students finish level 8, they can start studying our other post-secondary university level programs. And this is really good because it not only helps you with your skills in reading, writing, listening, and speaking, but they will also support you with skills such as doing research, presentation skills, note-taking skills, and all of the things that you might be finding helpful when you're transitioning from the English pathway program to our actual university level post-secondary programs. So in order to qualify for LEAP, it's really easy, basically. As a student from Turkey, you will have to have completed grade 12. I believe you received the lise diploma. You will need your diploma, and you will also need your mark sheets or your high school transcripts for grades 12, 11, and 10. Of course, when you apply, any documents that are not in English must also be accompanied by certified translations. So to get into the LEAP program, you don't need IELTS or TOEFL. This is a program that will help you to improve your English skills so that you can study other programs. So again, as I mentioned, LEAP has 9 levels from basic, beginner to level 8. And basically, when you study LEAP, you can also get conditional admission to some of our other programs. You can study LEAP once you finish LEAP level 8. For example, you can join our university transfer program and study for 2 years. And after that, you can transfer to a university to study for another 2 years and hopefully receive a bachelor's degree. So we call this ESL +2+2. And it's a really good pathway, a really good way for students who don't have the English skills to be able to improve and hopefully move forward towards their education goals. So a little bit more about the university transfer programs. You can see this is actually taken from our program guide for international students. And you can see that these programs are divided into 2 categories: Associate of Arts and Associate of Science degrees. You can see that Associate of Arts has programs from English, Environmental Studies, Geography, History, Philosophy, Political Science, Psychology, Computer Science, is also under Associate of Science, as well as Biology, Food and Nutrition, Health Sciences, Mathematics. There's many different programs. So essentially, if you wanted to get a bachelor's degree in any of these fields, you can apply to the associate degree program and study for 2 years, take all of your credits to a university, and study for another 2 years and get a bachelor's degree. These programs are also offered 3 times per year in September, January, and May. And most of these programs can meet the English proficiency with either Duolingo 110 or with IELTS academic overall 6.5. So again, as you can see, university transfer program, we also have the diploma option in arts and science for these programs. So you can apply for diploma in Aboriginal studies, diploma in general arts, or any other options. As you can see, diploma in biology, diploma in chemistry. There's a wide variety of programs you can choose from, whether you're into arts or sciences. So in order to get into our university transfer program, of course, you have to finish grade 12. You will need your diploma from Turkey. You will have to also provide your transcript of your grades for grade 12, 11, and 10. And as I mentioned, you can meet English proficiency requirements with Duolingo 110, IELTS academic overall 6.5. We also accept TOEFL IBT. We require an overall score of 80. And for listening, it is required 18, reading 20, speaking 20, and writing 20 as well. So if you want it, I'll be more than happy to provide more information to you, hopefully after the presentation as well. So about our career programs, 2-year career diplomas, as you can see, this is again pages of our program guide that we share with the students that tells you our tuition fees, admission requirements, and the name of our programs. As you can see, these are 2-year programs. You can take a 2-year diploma in accounting, business management, financial management. You wanted to do a real estate program, you can apply for that. If you're into engineering, into computer studies, we have programs for you that you can take for a couple of years. Also, very popular programs are our 2D and 3D animation programs, design formation, fine arts. If you want to do professional photography, we have a program for you, as well as theater arts, acting and production. And you can see the list goes on, more and more of these 2-year programs. We have kinesiology if you're into sports, registered massage therapy, criminology, early childhood education, gerontology, all of these programs are available, and they basically require high school graduation and proof of English proficiency. Some programs might also have some additional requirements, such as reference letters or letter of intent, or maybe volunteer hours, but every program is specific and might have its own requirements as well. Here you can see our one-year career studies certificate programs. So we have 2-year diploma programs and 1-year certificate programs. And if you finish a 1-year program, you can apply for postgraduate work permit for 1 year only. And as you can see, we have programs in Aboriginal studies, art history, and the list goes on. And so if anybody wants to just take a 1-year program, that is also possible. So admission requirements for these career programs is pretty much the same. You have to complete 12 years of formal education. You need your diploma. And of course, any document that is not in English must have certified translation as well. Duolingo 110 is accepted for most of our programs, as well as IELTS Academic overall 6.5. Some programs might also ask you for IELTS Academic overall 6.5, no band below 6. But this is again for some specific programs. And again, some might have other requirements, as I mentioned, such as letters of reference or volunteer hours and such. So Langara College does not have any master's or PhD programs. The reason is because in Canada, these programs are actually administered by universities. So Langara is a public community college. The highest level of programs that we have are post-degree diplomas. So these are not master's degree programs. They are lower than a master's degree, but higher than a bachelor degree. And if a student has a bachelor degree in any field from their home country, they can apply for any of these programs that you see on the list, from business administration to marketing management, accounting, applied planning, web and mobile app design and development. So for example, if you're somebody like me, my background is Bachelor of Business Administration, and I have no background in IT or web and mobile app development, I can actually apply for the web and mobile app design and development, and they will start from the beginning and they will basically teach everything. So you don't necessarily have to have a related bachelor degree to any of these fields to be eligible to apply. The only exception is for the nursing practice in Canada, which you can find at the bottom of the list. The Nursing Practice in Canada program is for individuals who have a Bachelor of Nursing. So if you are nurses from Turkey, if you have a Bachelor of Nursing with your nursing license and you meet English proficiency requirements, you are eligible to apply for this program, which will help you to become a nurse in Canada as well. So these are very, very popular programs. They are cohorts with limited seats, and they fill up pretty quickly. Applications are open from 11 months prior to the beginning of the intake. And if anybody's interested, I really urge them to apply soon before the seats fill up. So admission into our post-degree diploma programs require a bachelor's degree from a recognized college or university. You'll have to meet English requirements and also some other requirements that might be there, such as letter of intent, having a license, or maybe going through an interview process with the program department as part of the admission process. So we have our own bachelor degree program, our Bachelor of Business Administration. It has 4 different streams or majors, as we call it, from accounting, business management, marketing management, and financial management. We also have the Bachelor of Science in Bioinformatics. Getting into this program is done by first applying to Associate of Science degree in Bioinformatics or Diploma in Bioinformatics. These are very popular programs as well. So I'm happy to also talk to you about our International Entrance Awards. We do have a $5,000 entrance award. This is applied towards your tuition. It's available for eligible students who are studying full-time regular studies programs, undergraduate programs. And this is only for the terms of spring, which is January, and fall, which is the September term. So if you're taking any undergraduate full-time program in spring or fall, you can definitely apply for this entrance scholarship. There is definitely selection criteria. This is for study permit holders. You must be approved for admission to Langara College as an international student. You have to have met all admission requirements and received an offer of admission from the college, and of course be a full-time student and have minimum of 9 credit courses and in any undergraduate program. You need to also have IELTS 7.0 with no band less than 6.5, and also have a B+ average. And for additional information, they are also telling us that you need 2 reference letters, and one needs to be, from people that know you or have worked with you, or from an instructor or a manager, somebody that knows your work or your studies before. And also, you have to provide a personal statement as well about yourself. So you can definitely apply for these awards. There is an application for it online on our website, and there's always a deadline. So if you're interested, please make sure to check it out. I will also be happy to share more information with you. So Langara Program Guide for International Students. If you want to take a screenshot or take a picture of this link that you can see on the on the page, this will take you directly to our website, where you can see the list of all of those programs that I showed you, the name of the program, which intake or term we offer the program. You can check the minimum requirements, the tuition, and also the English proficiency requirements. I will also be happy to share this with you if you need to. So this slide gives you a bit of an outlook for our labor market. This is only British Columbia, and the total job openings from 2019 to 2029 for 10-year period shows that it is 161,000. So there's a lot of job openings, as you can see in different areas around us. From the lower mainland, 548,000 job openings, to Caribou, 21,000, 95,000 in Thompson River and Okanagan. So just the point is basically that there is all these job openings in the near future and also happening right now. So if you do study at Langara College and hopefully finish, there is lots of opportunities for you out there to be able to find employment and hopefully work and stay in Canada. This slide is a good one. It shows you income after graduation. So basically, as you can see, from the top, I will tell you college level certificate programs will show you about $35,000 to $38,000 for a 2 to 5 year period. We have college level diploma. So from a certificate, when you go to a diploma, you make a little bit more. Then when you get an undergraduate degree, you make a little bit more. Professional degrees, master degrees, it's all there for you. So as long as you come and you start your education and you finish, hopefully you'll be definitely able to find employment and make a good income. Okay, so it is almost coming to the end of the presentation. You can definitely get in touch with us. Again, my name is Solmaz Mehrabani. I'm one of the International Marketing and Recruitment Assistants at Langara College, and I'm so happy to be here with you. And I thank you for your attention and your time. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to take those on from you at this moment. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we have a good amount of questions in the Q&A section.
For sure, for sure. One moment, please. Okay, wonderful. So great. I will just go ahead and start from the beginning. So first question, can you please explain the difference between college and university? Okay, this is a really good question. So the difference between college and university, I would say, is the size. Colleges are smaller than universities. In general, the size of classes are also smaller. So in a college, you might have a classroom that has about 30 students. In a university, you might go into a lecture hall when there is more than 100 students. The difference is also in the tuition. So the cost of the program basically is lower if you take it at a college. If you go to a college, you're essentially studying exactly the same program, but at a college with a lower cost in a smaller classroom. Then you transfer to a university and you can continue studying there the rest of your program, whether you want to get a bachelor's degree or not. But main difference is just the lower tuition fees and the smaller classrooms. I hope that answers the question. Now, the next one says, does Langara have a full tuition fee scholarship for international students? Unfortunately, we do not have fully funded scholarships. So we have scholarships for current Langara students, general scholarships. You can apply for those ones when you become a current Langara student and you maybe take a term or two of classes. And if your grades are high, of course, this is merit-based. If your grades are good, you can definitely apply for those ones. And of course, I mentioned we have our entrance scholarship for our undergraduate regular studies programs, and we offer that for the terms of September and for the term of January. Great. So the next one is saying, what are the monthly expenses for an international student in Langara? So this is a little bit hard for me to say, to be honest with you, because monthly expenses as a student, it really will depend on where you will live, in what location, whether you will be driving or you will be taking a bus, whether you're going to have a roommate or you're going to be living by yourself. So it's really hard for me to tell you exactly what the monthly expenses are. I highly suggest that students who want to know about these expenses or costs of living to search from Google. There's some really good information and some good websites that you can get connected to, especially for the province of British Columbia, that can share some stats with you or give you some information. But it would really depend on where you live and how you live. Okay, so can you share the link for the website? For the website, our website is www.langara.ca. Let me just see if I can type that here for you. So langara.ca. This is our website, and I can also actually leave the link for our program guide, the list of our programs. So just give me one moment. If I share this with you, then you can open it and basically have access to the list of the programs that I mentioned, our program guide. Just give me one moment here. And I will copy this from my template for you. Okay, here we go. So there we go. That is our website, and also a link to the templates, a link to our program guide that I shared with you. Perfect. What are important for scholarships? So scholarships are merit-based. You will have to have good grades. You have to meet their English requirements. I can actually send you the link right now from our website for the entrance scholarship. So just give me one moment here. 1 second, please. So if I go to langara.ca and I just share with you Langara Global scholarships. Perfect. I'm going to share this link with you as well, and you can check this. Oops, 1 second. Type answer, there we go. This is the link for our scholarships. You can check the criteria from there, and it'll tell you exactly what you will need for that. Okay, so can you please share the universities you collaborate to complete a bachelor's degree? The list, I can provide you a detailed list, but it's basically the one that I went over in the presentation. And give me one moment here. I can find that slide for you again. So there was University of British Columbia. Let me just see if I can type here. Yeah, so there's University of British Columbia. There's Simon Fraser University. There is University of Fraser Valley, University of Alberta, University of Toronto, Queen's, McGill, University of Ottawa. These are all the ones that that you can definitely transfer to, but I'm sure there is more, as this slide that I went through has some of them on it. I hope that answered the question. So yearly tuition fees. So let me tell you, yearly tuition fees, I would say it would be about, if you take a program, let's say our Associate of Arts program, let's say, from our program guide. For a 2-year program, it comes to about, the tuition is about $38,000. So let's say $39,000. And if you divide that by 2, the tuition, I would say, is about $20,000 per year for a 2-year program. And again, I'm giving you an estimated cost. When students get connected with me for every specific program, I can provide a table for you where you can see the full cost of the program for the duration of the 2 years. And then you can divide that by 2 to find out the annual tuition cost. So I would say about $20,000. So how is summer schools? What do we need for summer school scholarships? So we do not offer entrance scholarships for the summer intake, unfortunately, but we do have other general scholarships, general Langara scholarships that students can apply for any term, I believe. Again, it's all merit-based. So I will share the link for you again, but this time for just general scholarships. This is not for entrance scholarships. This is just the link for our financial aid page. And you can refer to this link. It'll share a little bit of information with you about our scholarships for current students. How many students can get full scholarships? We do not offer full scholarships, unfortunately. No fully funded scholarships. Is your college's diploma internationally valid? I believe it is valid in the US and in many different countries, yes, our credentials are valid worldwide. But again, for any specific program, you can get in touch with us and we can figure that out for you exactly. Is a scholarship common? Scholarships are common, yes. We do offer them. We have them available. Whether you apply for entrance scholarship, we do have the $5,000 scholarship available for you. Or if you want to apply as a current student for general scholarships, those are also available. And they each have their own selection criteria. And students have to basically meet eligibility criteria, and students have to meet those criteria. Does the school have summer schools? We have a summer term. So we have a summer intake. Our summer term basically starts in May, June, July, August, for 4 months. So we have 3 terms in general. The September term, which will start September, October, November, December. The January term will start from January, February, March, April. And the May term will begin from May and will go on to the end of August. Do you accept international students from the Philippines? Yes, we accept international students from everywhere. You're more than welcome to join us from anywhere. Okay. I don't think there's any more questions open.
All right, so it looks like you covered all of the questions, Solmaz. Thank you very much for your answers.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Thanks to you as well.
And thank you for the great presentation. It was very informative for the attendees. You covered everything. It was a very good session. Thank you for your presentation.
My pleasure, Zainab. Thanks to you and your colleagues for all your support, for providing this opportunity. I'm very thankful to you, and I wish everyone a very wonderful night ahead. Thank you so much again for listening to me and for giving me your time tonight.
Yes, also, could you please share an email address on the chat? So if the participants have further questions, they can contact you.
Absolutely. I'll make sure that I share with everyone. So again, my name is Solmaz Mehrabani, and I had one person asking me if I'm Persian. I'm originally from Iran. I was born in Tehran, but I grew up in Vancouver. I've been here for the past 25 years. My parents are originally from Iran, but my grandparents are Azerbaijani. So I speak Azerbaijani and I can understand Turkish as well. So Solmaz Mehrabani, and my email is smehrabani@langara.ca, and I will be happy to receive your questions, your comments, and if you have any specific programs in mind, please let me know. I am also available on Zoom. We provide online Zoom advising sessions every day of the week, and we'll be happy to get connected to you and hopefully support you.
Thank you very much. Also, I shared our YouTube channel. If anyone wants to check our videos and this webinar's recording, it will be uploaded tomorrow.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much. And it was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks, Solmaz.
Thank you, Zainab. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.